Slowly. Slow. It's now 35 seconds into this video before we even get to a single idea. That felt like a really long time, didn't it? That's how long it takes for karma to be in effect. Now you see, the instant karma is the much rarer karma. Less rare than that is the karma that's affected in this lifetime, but still quite rare. Now, the ancients looked up at the heavens and they saw traveling stars, 7 of them, wanderers. And that's where they got their name Planetes, meaning the wanderers. And that's what we call the planets. And there was one of these wanderers that was much slower than the rest. And they named him Saturn, Lord of Time, Lord of Karma, Lord of Responsibility, who humbles all. So slow is Saturn that we're lucky to see 3 revolutions of him around the sun in our lifetime. And so it's this very silly thing chosen ones say when they say, just watch, they'll get their karma. Well, yeah, surely they will, but very often not in this lifetime. But it's an important note to make that karma isn't just this slap on the wrist. It isn't just this display like a movie where the villain gets their just desserts and then everybody lives happily ever after. This is a very misconstrued but popular conception of what karma is. Karma is the world we create. And much of how the world is created, the world that we experience, is in our natal chart. Yeah, the chart created of the configurations of the heavens and the spheres and the wanderers, the planetes, when we were born. So how can it be that something that someone does to us in this lifetime creates most of the karma in this lifetime when most of the karma is already housed in the chart that was created before that person was even born? If someone does act of wickedness upon us, how can it be that that act is what creates the karma that they're experiencing this lifetime when that karma that they're already experienced comes from the chart that came from before that action was even taken? So you're starting to see the picture I'm painting here, that karma is the world we create. And so most of our karma is experienced in lifetimes after the actions were taken. Now, the implications of this can be very severe because what we have now is this is a particular segment of the Kali Yuga, the age of wickedness and the growth of negative karma, where descending souls create many unions with demons to be guided by them and take the actions that demons are whispering into their ears. But this is just, how I would say, Act 1 of the Kali Yuga. the Kali Yuga is not just a story told on Earth. It is a timeline which can have numerous settings. It's simply a progression, or you might even say a regression. What is this, blocked off? This is getting a bit dramatic. These damn hurricanes. But the implications of this are quite severe, because it's not learning your lesson in this lifetime as we think. It's the world we create. And so many details of the world we create are taken for granted. Like, these are trees, these are roads. We walk upon this ground with our feet and fear nothing. But you see, the actions we take are symbolic, and there's images associated with them. That's what the samskars are. So when we take an action, we create an intention, we act it out, these images are stored in our soul, usually not to come manifest in this lifetime. But all of these images are all stored up. And then come the next following lifetimes, it can create a world that's very grotesque. To be a descending soul, it's like you're looking at the innocence and the vulnerability in people, and you're biting at them. And you don't want them to be comfortable. You bite at them, because that's what the demons tell you to do. You bite at them. And yes, they feel comfortable in doing this. But then the next worlds are created. And what kind of painting would be painted with these images? You have an assortment of images that have overrun from which to create your painting. Before you know it, at your feet are biting jaws with sharp teeth. What are we doing? Get it together, guys. Come on. Wake up. Wake up, buddy. It's a 4-way stop. And other things. The world becomes very inhospitable, but the point of this video is regarding karma, regarding revenge. As surely as there is a Saturn in the sky who brings woe and who humbles you, as he is the wanderer who is opposite in nature to the sun and the moon, as surely as Aquarius and Capricorn, the signs ruled by Saturn, are opposite Leo, ruled by the sun, and Cancer, ruled by the moon. As surely as they are opposite, as your pride swells in Leo, Saturn humbles. And so as surely as Saturn makes his revolutions, as surely as you can count on a Saturn return, you can count on people cursing themselves. They harm themselves. And so it's not an expedient use of time to curse anyone. Because of course you curse yourself. And as surely as Saturn revolves back around, you're only hurting yourself. But also, that time can be spent getting closer to God and to experience union with the divine. Why would you take time out of your day to curse anyone when they already have cursed themselves? As surely as Saturn revolves back around to its original point, karma is inescapable. And some say, I see no proof of karma. I do whatever I want, and I don't experience anything because of it, as a result of it. It's just ignorance of the greater cycles. You think that just because Saturn has not returned, its effects will never be experienced? And I guess that's the conclusion of the idea. Remembering what karma is. It's not the kind of punishment you would experience one lifetime. It's the world you create through the images that you cultivate. So you need to tend to your soul like a garden and look after it. And make sure that it's pure and sublime. Because that's the meaning of the timeline split. Is we have the opportunity to create a world in which we dwell through our actions. While the descending souls have chosen to experience worlds devoid of God. That's a dangerous game. And if you look closely at your family tree, the way that they have treated each other, how they've poisoned each other and broken each other. This is only a very small taste of the worlds that will be created in subsequent lifetimes for these people. In the same way that these crabs pull each other down in this bucket, they'll snap at each other. They'll bite at each other. They'll claw at each other's eyes, ripping each other's flesh off, only for it to be grown back, like Prometheus, in never-ending suffering. These are the worlds that are being created. And so we get to look at them and the worlds that they create. And we get to say, no, I'll take a different route. I'll purify my soul and create more beautiful worlds through my karma. We get to view their dissension, their regression, their lack of evolution. And we get to make the choice whether we'll take that path. That's all I got. Thanks for watching.